I have spent the last decade of my life immersing myself in the real estate industry as a real estate broker and now as a real estate consultant. And one question I often get asked by clients is, what requirements do I need to submit when applying for a home loan? In today's video, I'll be breaking down exactly what requirements you need to submit when applying for a home loan. So if you're looking to buy a property through bank financing, then check this video out and make sure to hit subscribe if you're liking this content. Not everyone is capable of paying for their property purchase in cash. That is why private and government institutions offer housing loans to help buyers own their dream home. Bank financing requirements can vary depending on the type of financing you are seeking and the bank that you are working with and the specific circumstances of your business or personal financial situation. In today's video, we will be specifically talking about the requirements that you need to submit when applying for a home loan. There are different types of home loan products that you can avail of. First is we have home purchase. So the loanable amount is 80% of the appraised value. Lot or condo purchase, 70% of the appraised value. That would be your loanable amount. For the construction loan, it's 80% of the bill of materials. And for home improvement loan, renovation of existing homes, finance, mortgage, you must have paid 2 years payment history with official mortgage and no history of defaults to be able to avail of this type of loan. Now, you must not confuse the appraised value with the selling price because this is not the same thing. To get a property's appraised value, an appraiser from the bank will go to the property, appraise it, and the amount that they come up with is called the appraised value. So this is usually lower than the selling price unless the selling price is way below market value. So whatever is the appraised value, the borrower will be able to loan 70 to 80%. The difference between the selling price and the loanable amount, that is the down payment. So this will be paid by the buyer to the seller in cash. For example, the total contract price of the property you want to buy is 10 million. It has an appraised value of 9 million. So 9 million times 80% loanable amount, that will give you 7.2 million. So that will be your loanable amount. And then the down payment will now be at 2.8 million, add 10% taxes and fees of 1 million. Total initial investment would be at 3.8 million. A safe estimate for your down payment should be around 40% of the total contract price because the banks often have a lower appraisal than the selling price. If the property is owned by a developer, then the bank will base the loanable amount on the computation submitted by the developer. Usually, real estate developers have a lower down payment of 10 to 20% of the total contract price. Now, let's say you have found your dream home or you're done paying for the down payment of the developer-owned property that you bought. What are the requirements that you need to submit to be approved for financing? Basic home loan requirements are 2 valid IDs, marriage contract, proof of income, filled up home loan form, appraisal fee, which is usually between 5 to 10,000 per property, depending on the bank. No appraisal needed if it's a developer-owned listing. Unit computation for developer-owned listings. Collateral documents like title and tax declaration for private listings. I actually have an infographic on the bank financing requirements. Send me an email if you want a copy. This is for easy reference, so our team can email you a copy. Now, for proof of income, it will vary depending on your source of income. Banks will want to see evidence of a stable and sufficient income or cash flow to repay the loan. This may include tax returns, pay stubs, business financial statements, and bank statements. Now, for locally employed individuals, you will need to submit 3 months most recent payslip and certificate of employment. For OFWs, 3 months most recent payslip, certificate of employment, or job contract. For professional services owners, you will need to submit ITR and financial statements for the past 2 years, bank statements for the past 6 months, or commission vouchers for 12 to 24 months for real estate brokers or those engaged in sales. For online job workers, you'll need to submit bank statements for the last 6 months, job contract or COE, most recent 3 months payslip, and certificate of earnings for the past 12 months. It is important to note that specific requirements can vary from one bank to another, and the type of financing you're seeking will also influence the requirements. So you can check directly with your preferred bank on this. For companies looking to get a loan, there will also be additional requirements. Another tip is to apply for a home loan from the bank where you have the longest banking relationship. For example, my husband and I, our main bank is BPI. I opened my first account right after college, and now we have several accounts with them for different purposes. So I've been banking in BPI for over 20 years now, and we also have a preferred privileged card. So we've also gotten several loans with BPI, and we've all fully paid for these loans. So when we applied for a home loan with them for our Aspira condo unit, we got approved in 3 days, and they didn't even ask for other requirements aside from the filled up home loan form. Another advantage of being a privileged card holder is that the bank no longer asks for income documents when you apply for a home loan, so it's more convenient. In contrast, when we applied for a home loan with PS Bank, when we acquired our foreclosed property asset, it took them almost 2 months to get our home loan approved, and that loan amount was lower than the BPI home loan amount. So they also requested for more requirements. They went to our office, they went to our house to do credit investigation. So it's all because we didn't have a relationship with PS Bank. So again, it matters where you apply for a home loan. The deeper or the longer the relationship, the easier it will be for you to get approved. At the same time, even if you don't have a relationship with the bank, you can still get approved. We did get approved with our PS Bank loan. It just took much longer, and we just had to submit more requirements. But we didn't really mind as long as we got approved, so we could move forward with buying the property. Before applying for financing, it's also a good idea to consult with a bank representative or home loan officer to understand the exact requirements for your particular situation and to ensure that you have all the necessary documentation and information prepared. And that is it for today's vlog. If you found this video interesting, all I ask for is a subscribe. If you want my free home buying guide, things to consider when buying a house in the Philippines, send me an email so our team can send you a copy.